I'm going to do this the other way around. Got a big fucking problem over in wherever the fuck Chip's from. Hoo-ah. First, let me address one thing. The real Griff. What's up, brother man from another man? How you doing, brother? So, we've got a problem with Chip, but let me step back because I feel like I'm just getting a little bit ahead of myself. Hoo-ah. And I'm going to do this in a very, very articulate way tonight. So if you guys are here for a whole bunch of drama, there's not going to be a whole bunch of drama. There will be some, though. We've got an issue allegedly with some content, some audio that's been released in regards to our good friend Chase. Now, what's interesting about this audio is you always have to be mindful of who and what you're doing, right? So let me show you this. TM, she's from up there by Connecticut, but with a C, right? Connecticut. She's up there by Connecticut, right? So let me show you really quick what Connecticut laws are in terms in regards to recording someone unknowingly. So you've got Connecticut, two-party state. The unfortunate thing about Connecticut is it falls into this really strange realm where it's considered both a one-party state and a two-party state. So, first of all, TM has just broke the law to make her point, I guess. Now, I don't know what the two-party stuff is contingent to. All I know that it says one and two-party state, so you could safely assume beyond a reasonable doubt that there are some conversations that would, that would hold up to the two-party protocol. So, I did want to say something to the real Griff. The real Griff. No thanks. He does not smoke marijuana, sir. You do know that there are meth pipes that sound just like bongs. They're called a bubbler. There's no way that you could put that much alcohol with any sort of marijuana and expect to just stay upright and bipedal and consuming fluids, right? So yeah, that's by virtue of a very staunch stimulant virtue. Let's just let that be known now. So let me, can you guys just entertain yourselves for just a moment? Lizzy V, I am ready. Okay, so I'm going to have Lizzy come up too. What we're going to be talking a little bit about here is we're going to be looking at this fucking thing here. So, Mr. Gates, I'm sorry, Mr. Gates. We're going to be dealing with this. So, hold on, guys. You know how I do. Got a special guest. He's going to be here in just a few minutes. Hoo-ah. What, Lizzy B? You better fucking not be. Okay. Yes, positive page. We're going to address that a little bit tonight. But is there an issue with? Okay. Lizzy B. Shevning. Schneevening. 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 Okay, gotcha, Positive Page. Where you at? Where's my homegirl, Positive Page? There she is. Okay. Gonna have Chase up here before too long as well. Once we get to a level where where Chase can come on. So until we get the special guest, what I'd like to do is I'd like to change the rearrangement of this here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start delving into this fucking mess right here, guys. I'll be there, bro. All right. So, guys, I am just shattered by let me go ahead and put in this link in the chat again in case whoever is coming up. Is it still up there? Yeah, it's still up there. Okay. Oh yeah, Amanda, but I spent a lot of time in change name and turning. Okay. Thank you, Kitty Cat. Absolutely. So what we're seeing right now, guys, I'm going to get to the meat of it here. And so I'm going to stay away from the chat for a minute. Okay. But what I want to say is that we have navigated, you know what? Hold the phone. I got the real Griffin here and I ain't moderated him. Are you kidding me? Yes, Griff, that is exactly why he goes behind the curtain. Like, right? Like, you don't have to go behind the curtain to smoke marijuana in California. It's completely legal. Like, if you're worried about ruining your reputation, like a little smoke isn't going to hurt you at all at this point. Yes, please. So I'm going to focus on the video here for a minute. Yeah, Chase is coming. Oh, we got Lizzy B. Savage in the Mizak. Lizzy.
Hey.
Hey, Rap You. What's happening? What's up with you, Bill?
Huh? I'm right here.
You're here.
I'm right there. You see me?
I got you in here like somewhere.
Well, I'm right here.
All right, so what we're gonna do here, guys, is
I'm multitasking.
Me too. I got a lot going on. So we're gonna start. Oh, look at what we have here. Donnie!
Wait, I gotta get my glasses. What's up?
Oh.
Wait. Candy! Hey, mama! Hey, guys. Good to see you all. Great to see you. So,
why the good?
How are you guys doing? Talk to me.
We're hanging in there.
I love you guys. Brother. How you guys doing?
We're hanging in there.
Are you?
Love you. Hanging in there.
Happy Sabbath tomorrow, sir.
Without our... Well, I've got a lot of work to do on our...
Yeah. Absolutely. So, Candy, I see you. I see you in there, sweetie pie. So, Don,
yeah.
you sent me a video earlier.
Yeah.
Would you care to explain that? What was your take on that, Don?
The video of the. I've sent you a couple videos.
Yeah, the one about the trust fund for the boys.
Oh, yeah, that third woman in I think in Australia or whatever, with the stipulations that thing to do with us and all this and just a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
Does that seem like bribery in a way?
As usual, bunch of hate stuff. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about bribery.
Yeah.
A lot of hate. A lot of hate going on.
It does seem like a lot of hate. I mean,
Too much.
did that feel like the next new low to you? Let me back up real quick, Don. Let me back up. How do you feel, Don, about this merchandising and the issues with the reward? How do you feel about that?
Is we're out of it. You know what I mean? We don't want nothing to do with it because
Right.
Just like G collected the 30 pieces of silver on Jesus's life, it's been a horrible feeling for that man.
Boy, can you imagine?
I'm not trying to say anybody's doing wrong or anything. I used to be like that. I ain't gonna lie.
I do too, Don. Hey,
Yeah,
I
right?
want to point out something, guys. Look at the mud on Don's wrist right there. See it? Look at the dot of mud in between Don's eyes. Look right between his eyes. You see that white spot? Like Don's been at it today, guys. What? Look at it. You see it?
I didn't take a shower yet, buddy. Sorry.
And I mean, and
Sorry.
that's the power of Don. It's a great thing. I'm poking fun at you. It's a great thing because guess what? There's probably going to be some people on tonight, or that have already been on tonight, that don't know the first thing about being a real man and working a real job. They're YouTubers. Who are? I mean, I applaud you, brother, for doing. Yeah. So I want to talk about another situation. I'm sorry, we got a lag. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on. Come on. Join us. Come over here.
We love you, Candus.
Dale wants to be part.
We're fighting for you.
Sure. Can you tell me about the Can you tell me about the drone stuff, Don?
Yeah, for the past 2 days, people up here flying drones, and I'm like, telling my wife, why in the hell didn't you shoot them? We got all these guns in here. I would have definitely shot them drones out of the sky.
And you know what? That
I guess
shows
there's a law
still
of the air.
The love. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, there are some laws in airspace. You're not allowed 20 feet. You can fly at someone's house to a certain. I'm still going to shoot them though. I don't care how high. If I see a drone, if it ain't WJ or whatever or something that's not allowed here, I'm going to shoot them.
You know what, Donnie?
Absolutely. What'd you say, Candy?
But that's me.
You know, Dale. This is my good friend, Dale Terry. She's my good friend.
Hi, lovely.
He comes.
Thank you so much for being. Thank you so much for being there with them, lovely. It means a lot to me, and I know it does to them too.
When they were at house
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, she's a beautiful
She watched
lady.
our house, and she stayed here by herself
with all,
everything, all the threats and everything going on.
And 3 days with my.
This woman stayed here all by herself.
And God protected us without a lock of the door. Okay.
Was that your granddaughter that I talked to?
Yeah. Yeah, McKenna. Her birthday, and she thinks she's going to.
And I haven't forgot. We're going to make that happen.
Send you that shirt, Benny. It's the address you sent me, right?
I'll send it again.
Okay.
I'll send it again.
No, I got it. I will send.
Benny.
I'll keep my word.
You have kept your word.
McKenna does not expect.
Let me ask you guys something really quick. You know what? I'm gonna skip over that. What do you have planned for the Sabbath tomorrow, guys?
Well,
working on the house.
honestly,
we want to go to church and then work on the house.
probably.
Well,
Absolutely. Hoo-ah. Can I see Candus's beautiful face?
That's my opinion.
that's fine.
Hey, Don, turn your phone
You know
sideways. Hey!
Okay. Okay. Like
There
that?
you go.
All right.
Get everybody in here.
Okay.
There you go. Candus, you have a glow this evening, honey. You look happy.
Yes.
And it just
You know,
warms my
because
heart.
I come to love her.
Right here.
I love her every weekend.
She has a glow
Awesome.
about her tonight that is making me very, very smiley. I am happy to see you so
Right on.
smiley,
She
Candus.
gives me a glow.
When Dale comes, I go.
She is. I love you guys. I really do. Did you guys know that the gentleman that was doing the droning and whatnot, he's being pursued by the police?
I
Yeah.
didn't know him.
Yeah, the police got all his information.
I don't know him
Oh
personally.
yeah, they got him.
You don't know him
I'm
personally?
proud of him, as a matter of fact.
No.
Yeah, they're
Police do.
yeah, they're on
all over
him.
his
So
ass
that
right
stuff
now.
is going to stop.
Oh
Yeah.
Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. You know what? It is just such a delight to see Candus with a smile and a glow, and it's just like, man, my heart is happy. There's a lot of reasons to not be happy tonight, and you guys are
Benny?
just. I love you guys.
Benny,
I know. So aggravated, bro. Ugh.
I do this every weekend for the last 2 months.
I know.
I don't ask them
And I
what
love you for it.
happened. I don't ask them no stories. I just love them for who they are. And the story has never changed.
Yeah, it won't.
Never changed.
Never will.
No one has
It's
come
not.
and spent the night at their house, slept in their house, ate their food. But I do every weekend since September 1st. Okay?
God bless you, honey. And God bless you
First.
for bringing McKenna around there too. You know, because I know it's
They
you
love
know, just
McKenna.
you guys.
Is crying right now because YouTube has been so ignorant and she's scared to death. And she goes, Mom, I get a weekend off, I will go with you. But I can't send her no more. And you know what?
No, I
Respect
understand.
her. Because Don and
Absolutely.
Candace do. But they miss
Yeah.
us. Kenna has brought so much joy here. And I cannot stand
She has. I know.
these haters.
She's a very loving child. Candace.
She watches you on YouTube and she thinks you're like the crap, okay?
Yeah. She been a lot of people like you though, Ben.
Oh, I love little McKenna. So let me ask you, Candace.
She does. She
Has
has
your
no
day by
daddy.
day? I understand. Has your day by day, has it gotten a little bit easier
Day by day.
for you? Day by day. Some days are better than
I
others,
can
right?
answer that.
Right.
No, I don't know.
No?
Not for me.
Well, day by days are hard. They're hard.
Yeah.
Every day is
Don.
hard.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Don, you still got hope in your chest, brother?
I got hope. No. I mean, you know, from good people, I have hope, and but I just feel like I might not never see. I'm trying to come to grips with the fact that I'll probably never see my daughter in this lifetime again.
Please don't.
I mean, I hope that's not true. I wish it could be different. I hope and pray. but statistically speaking, and everything, the criminal element. I mean, we have to be real. This is an evil world, and there's a good chance I'll never see my
okay,
daughter
Candus.
again in this lifetime.
It's all right, sweetie. I understand.
I mean,
I understand. I can't imagine. I can't comprehend. But you guys know it's all right, Candy. It's all right, honey. It is all. I mean, you know what, Don? We know about paradise, right? We know about the
yes.
paradise that's waiting for us, and we know how great
Well,
it is. You know what, Don? Stats are bullshit. Okay, Donnie, Candace.
yeah.
Stats are BS. We believe in God, and God is going to
Yeah.
He's going to provide a miracle for us and for your daughter. I feel it. I feel it.
Well,
So you
I
guys
hope
just
so,
please
brother.
keep. I'm telling you guys. You know what? I want you guys to go ahead and jump off because I don't want these people to see you guys like this. Is that okay? I want you guys to be able to do this in private and right. So, Candace, honey, I love you. Okay, you know I love you. You have my phone number. You can call me anytime.
Appreciate that,
Don,
brother.
Thank
I
you.
love you, brother. I love you guys.
Love you too,
Okay, and
buddy.
I'm here, and
Love,
I'm not going to
love all
fail
you.
you, and I'm not. I will never fail you guys, and I will never give up. I gave you that promise in the beginning, and I will not stop you guys.
Love all
I will
you that's
never stop.
supporting. And thank you, guys. Love and prayers. Where's there you go. Love and prayers.
Love and prayers, Don.
Thank you.
Love, brother.
Okay.
Love, brother.
All right.
Bye, Candy.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
But
Bye-bye. Uh, all right, guys. So what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that anything that you've seen these folks do before tonight is typical or atypical? Do you see how unimaginably broken these two are? Can you see that even in their most dire time of need, Candace will still smile for me? She knows what it does for my heart to see her smile. And I love that woman because let me tell you what, I'm nobody. She doesn't have to smile on my account, but she does. She does. See, when you have love and you have respect and you have integrity and you have some morality, you want to know what? I don't have to lie to Don and Candace to get them to come over here and talk. I also don't have to fly them to California and then say that they're not showing any emotions. So do you think that Don and Benny and Candace, we talked beforehand and we're like, hey man, right after the really ugly rap song with all the vulgarity, right after they paused the stream, hey, we're gonna act like you guys are really broken, right? Is that what we did? I promise you that's not what we did. I promise you that after 130 fucking days, if they were involved, they'd stop coming here. They'd hold up in the fucking mountains somewhere. They'd do the unimaginable and pick their own time to leave life. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm trying to keep this in a way that we can keep it flowing and not have to worry about people, right? Like, if I say the wrong thing tonight, they're gonna come in and try to strike the video so that I lose the activism, right? They've got to lie, cheat, and steal to do what they did last night. I don't want to pat on the back, but because I love those people and what I've seen them go through, did you see how when it got a little bit too uncomfortable, Kennedy, I'll tell you why, because this is my channel and because I'm not going to exploit my friends emotionally. I'm not going to exploit my friends' emotions, right? Like that's, yeah, because it's all my fault, right? Kennedy, have a good night. Bye-bye. So, do you think that Dr. Phil ought to be able to make a deal with them, right? To be able to get them to cry on cue and all that other jazz, right? I want you to be very, very careful about whatever it is you see on Dr. Phil whenever it comes, because this ain't the problem, but it's sure going to do until the real problem gets here. Hoo-ah. It'll sure work till the real one gets here. That's it. Yes, Crime Web. He is trying to prepare himself. And you want to know what? Don talks about stats because I'm a real stat-oriented guy. I can't any longer operate on what I know to be the stats. I can't do it. I cannot operate any longer on the stats because for case after case after case after case, I've been beat up by these fucking stats. And these fucking stats, they don't cause any less confusion. What they do is when something's outside of the stats, that once the statistician has been curtailed, then you got all these other questions that come into play, right? Let me tell you what. When people or things happen in our lives that create tragedy, what do? We try to, as quickly as we can, get right to the grieving. We know that grieving is a 5 to 6 part process and it plays out over time. It is not an event, it is a process. And there are many, I repeat, many things that you could partake in, that you could have partook in, or that you may be a part of in the future that set all of that grieving back.
We fight for humanity.
What'd you say?
We fight for humanity. I said we fight for humanity.
That's it. That is it. Right? Like, you know what's strange is that, for instance, Courtney Struble, she's been gone for 17 years. Don't you know Elizabeth Smart was missing for 17 years? Wasn't she not?
I'm okay, Angie.
I mean, so these things, these stats, these statisticians, they're nothing, right? They're nothing when you have insurmountable hope, when you have mountainous hope, when you have deep, cavernous hope, These stats mean nothing.
Never give up on hope.
Never. We'll never
Never.
give up. Never. Not one time will I even think about playing this thing greasy, right? So let me ask you guys something. I didn't want to talk about it when Don and Candus were here, is because I love them and I don't want them to be put in a position designed by me to make them answer a question that it doesn't even fucking matter. So I've kept pinned this question by Positive Page. It says, has anyone seen the TM and Chase video where they say TBI knows where Summer is? I've not. I've not watched it. And I'm praying against everything in my fiber to stay away from it. Because it's nothing. Do you guys understand how closely related what they did with that audio is to nothing? So let's see, ABC, DEFG. If we leak, and TM, if we leak some really intimate, I mean, are we passing off this audio as entertainment? Are we passing it off like, oh, this is so outlandish, you need to hear it? Or are we passing it off like it's the truth, and whoever may have this girl is most certainly fucking listening, and what you've done is you just alerted every fucking buddy to it because your small, simple, cracked and half fractured Connecticut ass needs some fucking clout. Hoo-ah?
All three.
Hoo-ah? Lizzy?
All three.
All three. Hoo-ah?
All three.
All three.
Zero
And
respect. And I stand in front of Chase. If you attack Chase, you attack me.
You attack Chase, you attack me. Let me tell you what. It's really funny that No Thanks has a lot to say about the way that the Wells handle their fucking family business. When No Thanks, he also has two boys that he can't just go fucking see whenever he wants. He's got to blow in the flute. And the numbers got to come back right in order for that fool to see his kids. And so how dare he? Ooh-ah. Now, Lizzy.
Yes.
Lizzy made me very fucking aware of what was going on.
I make everybody aware.
Very fucking aware of what TM has done, but more importantly, what Mystery Angels has done.
Brittany, hold on. I'm trying to unlock the door.
Brittany,
hold on, guys. I'm on.
Don't you play around, Brittany. This is just your Uncle Benny.
She's late coming out from work. I told y'all I was multitasking.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on. What do you want me to talk about?
So, how do you feel?
Chip?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Chip. We're going to get to the Don thing.
Okay.
Not the Don thing.
The Chip thing.
The Chip. No. Not the Chip thing. I'm going to have you cover the Chip thing, the Chase thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to discuss that only tonight if Chase wants to come up, and because I've not heard it. I've not formed an opinion. I have nothing factual, actual, or otherwise to base any opinion on. And so for me to try to render an opinion about what my other people have heard, I'm not going to do that tonight. But if there's somebody here, and let me preface it, I want to say that I want to wait and see if Chase is going to come around, right? If Chase is going to come around, then I want firsthand.
Yeah.
I want a firsthand account of what is going on in this telephone call, because I can only guess by reading what it says right here that's pinned in the chat, is that it's a fucking problem with something going on. Now, I got timed out. Chase did a video saying it was true.
Yeah, I spoke to
Yes,
Chase earlier.
yes, Mr. Griff, I do see. I see.
Because I'm gonna
Okay.
park with you.
So,
I'm almost home.
we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover the chip thing right now while I've got Lizzy in the play, because we can get to the Chase stuff here in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen, and we're going to do a reaction, much like Read Between the Lines did. Except for I'm going to make Busy Lizzy the big one. So, you guys ready? Are you ready, Lizzy?
I'm ready.
Okay. If there's something you want me to stop at in particular, just tell me to pause, okay?
Okay.
Let's step on back here a little bit.
So,
Yes, the box.
starting to feel well, cutting drink an hour ago. It seems to be pulling up more and more, and now the infection looks like it's coming over to this on my face. Then it'll balance it out and I look like a chubby person. So at least I won't look so ill, right? So, don't forget, guys, we've definitely got.
Can you hear this pretty good?
Well, I'm walking upstairs to the house, so.
We'll be putting it up as soon as possible.
So I'm going to start really quick by saying that, first of all, let me give you a rundown. What Chip is saying is that there's going to be a fundraiser that is going to initiate every Friday. Okay. This fundraiser, what she's saying is that these funds are going to be caveated for the boys, the 3 boys. But there are some contingencies and some really, really unethical and just downright maniacal stipulations for the boys to receive this money. Now, I'm not going to go all the way through this 27-minute video and react to all the BS that this poor lady is doing. But let me first start by saying that she's told a bunch of mistruths about Chase in this video here. Hold on. She's told a bunch of mistruths here, right? So I'm not one to question anyone's health or, you know, the things that they say in regards to their health. It's like BTS Mike, right? It's like, oh goodness, he says his mom is passed, and it's like you feel like you got to take that for face value, right? Well, we know that as a creator, I have met some of the most disadvantaged people in the whole world, seemingly. Do I believe every person that tells me that they're the most disadvantaged person ever? Do I believe it? No. But this lady here claims to be terminally ill, and I have it makes me know never mind. The only thing that I don't like is that when you know something about terminal illness and this, that, and the third, like, you know, you start to question, like, you know, the lady's lost the hair on her head. But she's got eyebrows, and you know, you kind of go on, and you're like, okay, well, is the shaved head this or is it that? Like, it's not my business. But what I'm saying is that I would not be surprised in the least fucking bit if at some point it came out that this lady wasn't terminally ill. Now, moving on from that, this lady challenged the beautiful, wonderful Lizzy B. Savage to come on her panel, and this lady here, Chip, she said to Lizzy, if you give me 1,000 pounds, I'll strip down naked and I'll show you all my scars, tattoos, and lash marks. Is that right, Lizzy? Lizzy Ray. Man, I don't know what the hell she's got going. So, does Candus have hope? You know, I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to move forward here. Oh, Lizzy's back. You hear?
Yeah.
Okay, here
Yes,
we go.
can you hear me? All right.
I can really hear you.
Well, I was trying to go from the car to the house.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we're going to drop a link on Chase's account.
So right there, she says, we're going to drop a link and it's going to go straight to Chase's account.
Mm-hmm.
Did everyone hear that?
You heard that correctly.
Huh?
You heard it correctly.
I heard it fucking correctly. I did.
None of the mystery angels will touch it. Right?
Why won't any of the mystery angels touch it? They'll garner it, but let me tell you why. Because they're from overseas, and that should be about all you need to know about that.
That money, we won't be able to access it. Nothing like that. So it'll go straight to Chase's account. We'll drop the link in.
Let me also preface it by saying that I am 100% certain that Chase would never okay money to be siphoned through his accounts that are this stipulative of what these have to do to get this money. Would you agree with that, Lizzy?
No, it's abuse. It's pure abuse, and their grandchildren as well.
Absolutely. Now, are we so mundane in our thinking that we think that Chase would agree to that?
No, he didn't know about those stipulations.
Did he know about the fundraiser in general?
Yes, him and Trixie went on a live with Chip. They talked about the fundraiser for the billboard. There was none of those stipulations mentioned in that conversation at all.
Okay. Is it safe to move forward?
Yeah.
And any donations, even if you can just do $1 or £1 or a Krugerrand or a rand or whatever it is, it's worth it.
Pesos, motherfucker. Pesos.
Because what we're going to do is we're going to raise the money for next month because Chase took the money out of his and his business.
See, I have a problem with that because that's not what Chase says. Who-ah?
Oh.
No. Chase did not take the money from his business. Right? Like, it's just starting off really rocky.
To put this one up because we only raised 300 because at the same time we were raising.
They did not only raise 300. How much did they raise?
I'm not sure what they raised at all. They're still going.
Scam and Scallywag, they raised 600 or 800 on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she just said 300, but we know Scam and Scallywag, they raised 600 or 800. And yes, Chase did pay for the rest out of his own pocket, but not out of his business. Like, come on.
For Summer's banner, for the what's it called? You know, the foundation thing, where the reward money. That's it. The reward fund. So that's why we didn't succeed because everyone got confused.
Do you care to comment on that?
I thought I heard my name.
What do we got here? We have a guest in the house. 423 Chase. How you doing, Bubba?
Hey, man, keep getting kicked off.
Hey.
Oh, you do?
Phone won't quit ringing.
Hi,
How
Chase.
you doing?
Hey, buddy. You all right?
Yeah. How are you, bro? How's your dad, sir? Your dad
he's
back home
home.
now?
He's home.
Okay. So, tell me, talk to me, my brother. Talk to me. You got anything bothering you? I know you do. Let's talk about it. Is it okay to talk about it? Let me say that first. If you can't, I completely agree.
Well, I mean, you know, man, there's just things you get told down here by officials, and you you say things to people. I mean, Benny, I've told you things before. We all do. And I'm not.
You there, Chase? He's got a low signal.
Yeah.
You there, Chase? I think we lost you. Try leaving and coming right back, man. Okay. Let's give him a couple of minutes to see if he's gonna. Hold on. You there, bub?
Man, I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a
No, I
bad
got you now.
I'm trying to stay in one position here.
So, do you want to render an opinion on the audio? I've not listened to it, Chase, and that's real deal Holyfield. I wanted to get your opinion on it, whether it be privately or publicly. Do you have an opinion on it?
No, I mean, I don't have an opinion on it. I mean, I was recorded saying, what I was told, and they released the recording. I mean, it's just pretty cut and dry,
Yeah. What do you feel about the repercussions that can come from that?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not no attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But
no, I mean, as like, I know that you had made, we had talked, and it's like, for that to come out like that, it's dangerous, right? I mean, like, it's physically dangerous, right?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, I would think so. I wouldn't have done it. I don't know why it was done. I mean, like I say, I can't answer for anybody else. All I can do is answer for myself, and hell, I don't know. I just know that everything that I've done on here has been for that little girl. I've took money out of my pocket time after time after time again, and so have others. Others have too, and that don't make me any more important than anybody else.
No, but it. Can I clear up one thing real quick? This issue that the stipulations with this stuff, I know you didn't, but you don't have nothing to do with that, do you?
Stipulations on
the fundraiser with 411 and Mystery Angel.
No, I don't have anything to do with stipulation, but I mean, I feel like what they're doing is good to try to help keep the billboards up. But I mean, I don't know about the stipulation. I don't know about that. I mean, you can't really. I don't see. Maybe laws are different overseas. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to talk to them about that, because you can't really put no stipulations like that on there.
Well, I mean, especially Chase, where they're like, where the young lady is saying things like, the only way that those boys can get that money is that if they can prove that they're not talking to their parents.
There's no way to do that. There's no way to do not here. And like I say, I have not heard that. But
yeah,
if
or the other part of the stipulation is if they still talk to them while they're alive after Don and Candus pass, respectively, then the boys could get the money then too.
Well, you can't. That's just. I mean, that's impossible. I mean, you can't put that stipulation on there. Look, if I want the boys to get it, if if it runs, if they find her before the billboards runs out, and I'm sorry I'm stuttering and going on, Benny, but you know what I've been through tonight.
I know what you've been through, brother. I know what you've been through.
Well, I know this. You on YouTube, you cannot come on here and try to you can't try to help, man. I don't understand that, but that's okay. You know, I'm a big boy. I'll live another day. But here's the thing: you cannot. You know, I agree with them trying to help with the billboard. I do, and I appreciate that more than anything because I can't keep funding it myself. But
Right.
you know, those you can't put those kind of stipulations on it. So I mean, I will have to talk to them about that. And guys, I'm trying to get it set up to where I don't have to touch any of the money, that it'll go straight to the advertising company. I mean, I don't even want to touch the money. I want it going straight to them, you know. But rest assured, if it came to me, it went straight to the advertising company.
Right. Let me ask you a question, Chase. Have we made any ground? We have the wonderful. Did you catch that? They were curious to know if we've made any ground on actually being able to send the money straight to Lamar.
Right now, Benny, I've got it on what's called prepay. Okay.
Okay.
For you to go in there and do it right now, if you went in there to try to do it, it would pull up my personal information and my debit card number.
Okay.
So I've got to try to figure out how to go around that to where it won't pull it up. I've got to speak to him Monday, but all it is a login. It goes straight to that billboard. Okay. You log in, you pay on it. But here's the thing. I'm not sure how they take as payments. I don't know if you could go in. See, right now you got to go in and buy it by the month, and that's $1,500. Well, that's hard for people to come up with a straight $1,500. And if people can, we don't need it up there for a year. I'm
Right.
thinking 2 months at a time is sufficient. That's $3,000. So we need to try to figure out a way to where people can donate into it, but it will not kick in without that 1,500 being met. You see what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
And if I'm, I know I'm a hick, but if I'm starting to sound a little smarter than what I usually do, I mean, I'm sorry, or a little dumber or whatever, but there's stipulations on how the money comes in there.
Right.
And right now, if you go in, you've pulled up my debit card information,
Right. So, is there any new information in regards to what's happening there on the soil that you want to share? If not, I understand it completely.
Just what was out in that phone call that got released. That's it that I know of. They're not the officials are not searching. They're not bringing in EquiSearch. So why do they call off searches, Benny? You know that, and I know that.
Yep, we do. We know why. Yeah, it's a lot of times it's money.
Yeah. Sometimes it's money, but they've got money. They've got money. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you also stop searching, potentially if you already know where something's at.
Bingo. And
right.
I'm looking you right in the eyes, Benny, when you're saying that, and I know Benny, nobody's stupid, Nope. I just, that a little girl just does not disappear. And, I just think a lot of people that were bashing parents and family and this and that gonna be really surprised, I mean,
I agree, my brother. I agree. Let me tell you what. I am fully confident. Chase and I we talk on the phone multiple times a day. We text multiple times a day, more if we need to, less if it's called for. But I am a great judge of character. I'm here to tell you right now that Chase is not involved in anything. I repeat, anything that is illicit or illegal. Now, anything that Chase has been involved in, Chase has never had a problem coming straight to the forefront and telling you exactly what his participation is. Is that right, Chase?
Man, I'll tell anybody anything. I'm an open freaking book. You know that.
Wow.
You know that.
That's it. And he ain't lying. So, I have complete and full confidence. I would send my money to Chase. I would send money to a situation that Chase had going on by himself, of course, by himself, because that's the trustworthiness that I know Chase has.
Benny, let me ask you this real quick, okay? How many people on here that you know of that's needed help? They've explained it to me, and I've helped.
2 so far. 3.
Okay.
3.
Okay. All right. Have I ever said a word about it?
Never.
And I won't.
Nope.
But I'm getting tired of getting beat up. And there's sometimes, when you got to defend yourself sometimes, and I'm sorry, I'm going to damn well defend myself. So
you better, right? Because I'm here with you, and you have my support, Chase. Whatever it is you ever need, we have a community over here of our own, and there's a lot of love here for you and what you've done and what we know you're gonna do. We're behind you and we support you. There's people in the chat now saying they'll help with the billboard. They'll help with the billboard. So,
well, it ain't just the billboard. I'm going after 2, and if I have to do it again, I'll have 3 up. I'll flood this damn town with billboards if I have to. I mean, this, I'm just, we're making so much progress. The news is on it now. They're doing interviews. They're doing this. They're doing that. Get down. Just get the right people to do their job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My sister from another Mr., the beautiful Cher, she says, can I ask why Lamar decided not to donate this round? They donated for the first time for summer. Do you have any insight on
that? Was that's just some kind of deal that they do.
Probably a one-time donation or whatever.
When a child first goes missing, they do that. Please don't think bad of Lamar. Those are great people. They are. But, they run a business, and a business has to make money. And I understand that. But here's the thing. If you go, go price a billboard and see what we see, see how much they gave us a deal on that.
Yeah, I know a considerable discount, and not only that, but they're willing to work with the community in a prepaid situation, right? Like that's even, that's a beautiful thing in itself, because, a lot of places are going to be, it doesn't even matter. They're going to be, bring it all or don't bring any, so.
Exactly. Well, right. Like I said, they set me up on a prepay where we can, as long as I'm keeping it funded, we can keep it locked down. So, and that's, that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm not going to sit and buy it for a year. I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to do that.
No, that's, there's a point where you end up spending good money over bad, and that those funds could be allocated somewhere else where they could be exponentially more useful. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's exactly right. I mean, use it somewhere else. Don't send it. But like I say, if I would love to get one up on Stone Drive, and right now I think I can do that by next week. So,
well, just let us know what progress is,
and that is out of 2 people's pockets. That is out of one anonymous donor that lives local, and that's from my pocket. So
there you go again, Chase. There you go again, saving the world, brother.
No,
One
I'm
person
not.
at a time, man. No, you
I'm not
are.
doing that. But
You're making.
if I can keep pressure on the right people to open their ears and listen, we can get this girl home. And that's the whole thing, guys. It ain't about a damn reward fund. It ain't about this. It ain't about guys. It's about this little girl getting her home. That's it.
That's it. And so far, guys, it's been a slow roll. It's been a grueling task to be a part of because we have, we've got the likes of a lot of creators here that are so irresponsible with the things that, like I have to wonder, the things that were leaked today concerning, things that Chase knows, how that affects the situation, right? Does that put someone more or less on edge? Like what does that do to the cultured environment there when you start saying stuff like that? Not that not you, but I mean, start publishing stuff like that. And the thing is that you have to ask yourself. I know Chase on his end clearly the officials know about what Chase knows. But see, there's just no way that Tiffany could know if the or AV know if the police knew what Chase knew. And so what they did essentially is they threw out the baby with the bathwater. You ever heard that terminology? Throwing out the baby with the bathwater?
Yeah, I've heard it, but like I say, I can't. I can't. All I can do is speak for myself. And now the pressure is on. Now the pressure's on. It's really on.
In a whole different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In a way, like a lot of us who are intellects, we knew from the very beginning that a lot of this media that was put out there in regards to, Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Sally, Sue, and Sharon, whatever, that a lot of this stuff, even if it was mildly or moderately accurate, that it was going to start putting, they're going to start putting pressure on the wrong things at the wrong times, and it's you could really see the full scope of cases when they end and they've been covered on YouTube incorrectly. You just have a nightmare, and it's all the people that are involved in any facet, right? Like me with the unbelievable amount of CPS cases. Brad, he was. I'm going to call you Brad, dude. Like that's what they called you.
That's my name. That's my name, Brad. Go ahead,
Fuck,
call me.
man. Like I haven't called Chase in a long time, other than here, like Brad, right? So okay, so we're past all that part. But let me tell you what about that whole scenario that was so toxic for Chase was that Chase is somebody in real life. Chase is doing a lot in that community in real life. And what happened was that someone that was going to be helped wasn't helped exactly the way and on time that they wanted to be helped. And so in the name of Walmart, they doxed a man who's doing great things. And to me, that is just the most incredulous, disgusting thing.
Well, it happened. Like I said, man, I've never hid anything from anybody. So, who I am is who I am. I don't care. I don't have nothing to hide. So,
and that's the thing. Let me tell you this: if you've got a question for Chase, don't go to your neighborhood YouTuber that's not Chase and ask, because they don't know. And let me tell you this: I'm here to certify there's too important or not important enough to be able to ask that man a question and be able to get an answer. He's going to answer whoever you are if you've got a question.
Well, that's the only way to be, man. I mean, that's the way I see it. And, look, guys, I've got a personal life, and, I'm like I've been so into this for so long. what I want to do is I want to sit back for a little while and I want to see what all these other creators do. I want to see what they do for summer. You know, I want to sit back and watch and see what they do.
Yeah.
And
I want to ask you two questions, Chase, before I let you go, bro, because I know you're a busy man, and I thank you for being so very transparent, my friend. Like I that's one thing that I really admire about you and I love about you as a Christian and as, my brother, right? Like, let me tell you how many times Brad has tried to help me in any way he can, right? And he doesn't have to do it on here in order for everyone to see so he can be validated. I can validate Brad by saying Brad has tried to help me many times, right? And I don't take, it's just that. So I want to ask you two questions, Brad. What has been the highest moment for you during this whole situation?
when I saw that billboard go up, when I saw that billboard light up, um, I thought, and then the second highest is when I got up that morning and there was text messages from WJHL wanting to do an interview because I knew we opened somebody's eyes at that point.
What's your lowest point in this whole thing? And just pick one. Just pick one.
The lowest point. I'll tell you, the lowest point, even after all this shit right here that's going on, the lowest point was one day, Benny, we were out and, we were looking and, just, all of us thought, we've got it. And then, we didn't have it. And you know what the it is.
Yeah.
We thought, this right here, this right here ain't a low point. The lowest point is coming home every night and that little girl not being home. That's the low point. This shit right here, releasing tapes, releasing recordings, doxing me, that ain't no low point. I could give a crap less about that. The low point is after all this, that little girl still ain't home. That's the lowest point.
Let me ask you another question, Chase. If you could change anything and just one thing, if you could change one thing about all of this, and I don't mean bringing her home or that she wasn't taken in the first place, with the same set of messy circumstances that we have right now, tell me what you would have done different in your own situation. Is there anything you would have done different?
I don't think, Benny, I know I've gave it 100%.
Yes, you have.
There ain't a damn thing I would have done different.
That's what I wanted to hear, my brother.
Nothing.
That's what I wanted to hear.
There's nothing I would have done different.
Then you did it all the right way, my friend. And for that, I'm proud to call you my friend, Chase. I am.
Yeah.
Proud,
I appreciate, I feel like you have me in your back pocket. I feel like I have you in my back pocket. If we need each other, we can call each other.
Anytime, brother,
and
all the time.
I feel like I have a lot of people here in my back pocket, and I'm in a lot of people's back pockets, but there's not one thing that I would have done any different. I mean, I have tried my ass off, but it's always not going to be good enough to some people, and that's fine. I understand it, but if they can do better, come on down here.
Yeah. I've got one question that a good friend of mine, the real Griff, he says, what is happening with the audio that is in question? And can you elaborate?
People know, people know the truth, and they need to act on it. That's about all I can say.
Okay.
And you know who I've been on the phone with for the last hour, Benny. So
I do. Yep. Absolutely, my brother. Hey, Chase, I know you got to get back to it, bro. I love you for coming over here and doing what you did. I love you for what you've been doing, and I love you for what I know you're about to do.
all right, man. I appreciate it. But listen, guys, she's going to come home. And I don't have to be on YouTube to help do that. But she's coming home.
She's coming home. That's the new hashtag now, guys. And thank you to Chase. That's Chase's. That is we're gonna develop that for Chase, right? That's the new hashtag. She's coming home. Hoo-ah.
Just
All
wait.
right, Chase. Well, I'm gonna let you get back to it, brother. Please take care of yourself. Tell your dad keep kicking. If you need anything, brother, I'm here for you. You know that.
I know. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And listen, guys, there ain't no good or bad side. It's just she's coming home. That's what everybody
She's
needs
coming
to think.
home.
She's coming home.
That's it.
I love all of you.
Love you, my brother. She's coming home. You got that right. She's coming home. She's coming home. She's coming home. Chase will never quit. Chase will never quit. I will not let Chase quit. Chase, if you quit, then I quit. And if I quit, Lizzy might quit. And if Lizzy quits, it'll be overrun. It will be over damn run. Oh, Chingawe. Man. Wow. So, let that all just sink in for a minute, Big Griff says. Let that all sink in for a minute. Ooh-ah. Thank you for that, Lizzy B. She's coming home. She is coming home. Let it sink in, man. Right? Of course, we want a miracle. We need a miracle. We just have to have a miracle. Sometimes we know God answers prayers one of three ways. Yes, no, and in my time. Right? In my time still means yes. It's just in his time. Don't we understand that we've prayed for the resolution of a lot of things in our lives? All of us, hopefully. And when the resolution comes, there's been a lot of times in life we haven't liked the way that the resolution tastes or the solution looks or the answer sounds. And we think inside of our own hearts and minds that because it didn't go the way that we wanted it to go, that God must not be a part of it. And I'm here to tell you that's the devil telling you that. Because we'll take this little girl any way we can get her. We have to have her. I want to make an announcement. My great friend, Crime Talk with Terry. She's working a case in her backyard. Hua? In Florida. She calls me last night. And I love Terry. I love Terry like my family. And she calls me. And she said, Benny, we need some dogs. Looking for a beauty. I'm not gonna put her name off in here, but if you guys want to know, please go subscribe to my friend. Can somebody put, hold on. Hold on. This beautiful woman here. What I need you to do, I'm going to do it, matter of fact. This Crime Talk with Terry. One of my very good friends. She's working a case for a young girl that went missing 2 years ago while she was pregnant. The family feels they have an idea. A month ago, the police brought out some excavating equipment and they did some digging right after the beautiful Terry jumped on the case. So last night, Terry calls me and she says, Benny, we need some dogs. What are we going to do? We got to have some dogs. So I thought for a minute and I said, well, I give her a few ideas on how she would get into finding someone with a cadaver dog. Of course, you don't have to tell Miss Terry too much of nothing. Today she calls me around 5 p.m. Texas time and she says, Benny, I've got some great news. And of course, in the business we're in, you know what we say? When someone calls you and they say, oh, you've got great news. Like in our line of work, when you get 2 or 3 calls from someone, you automatically start thinking somebody's been found. And I said, oh, Terry, what's the great news? I said, you found her. And she says, no. She said, but I did get a whole fucking pack of cadaver dogs and a whole nonprofit search group to agree and commit to come out and looking for this girl in the 2 spots we have. That is a prayer answered right there. That is a prayer answered. That woman, she's coming home. She's coming home. Look at all the she's coming home in there. All of them are coming home. Guess what? Even the ones that we can't find and maybe we'll never find, rest easy and find faith in the fact that they're already home. Right? That's where they started from. Right? God just puts these people in our lives and he gives these children and these family members and they're only on lend to us. And we just fall so deeply in love with these lent, these borrowed objects. Don't you know that when Jesus was put into a cave and the stone was rolled, wasn't a tomb made for him. It was a borrowed tomb. He was just a visiting. Who are? So if these children start off up here, and even though we may not ever bring some of them home, let me tell you what, they are already in paradise. rest assured when I tell you. Rest assured when I tell you. This child is coming home. This child is coming home. Rachel Henderson, thank you for joining the Cash App gang. Thank you so much, love. You're a wonderful soul. Thank you. Thank you so much. She's coming home. And it doesn't matter who isn't trying to help, beguising themselves as a wolf in sheep's clothing that also is an advocate and an activist for abducted children. Let's take a moment and let's do this really quick, guys. We haven't done this in such a long time, mainly because Benny can't keep his YouTube channel in order long enough to really just get on a track here. But let's do this. Let's look at change.org. Can we? Here at change.org, what we've created is a petition. For those of you who are not familiar with what we got going, it is a petition that we've created in the spirit of Summer Utah Moon Wells. It is stopping the exploitation and solicitation of crimes against children. It seems that there's no better and befitting time that I read yet again, the body of this petition, because it seems so very relevant at this particular moment. And I feel God is tugging on my heartstrings to show you this again. Some of you, you didn't even know this was a thing, right? Because the people that you supported before now, or maybe that you still supported, they don't want you to know about this. They don't want you to know that signing this petition actually also in addition to, it means that creators will go, if you're going to cover kids' cases, you'll go non-monetized. I'm not monetized. I am not monetized. Let me say it again. I'm not monetized. You can come over and look at anything about Summer Wells or her folks or anything else on my channel and not have to wait through an ad to do it because it's not right. Now, there are other ways to create, a system for reward for yourself as well that is completely legitimate. And it's not tied together with anything else. It's all that portion be very, 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 very directly verbalized that this is not this and that is not that, right? So let's read this, guys. Look here. This is the dangers of dealing with exploitation. Let's look here. We've had 21,000 people. 21,000. Let me tell you what. WJHL, Sorry. I challenge you to put this up, WJHL. I challenge you, WJHL, to put up this petition and run it on your bullshit news channel, okay? I will say that. Run this on your bullshit news channel, because in order to get 2,000 supporters, love every one of you. To get 2,000 supporters, this thing had to fumble through the hands of 21.165 thousand people. That is less than 10% interaction. What are we doing wrong to keep people from exploiting this little girl and these two parents that we saw earlier on this same segment? What do we have to do different? Let me read it to you. And if there's something different that needs to be put in to make it fucking click and make sense, please put it in the chat below. Let me show you here. This thing is also rendered $423.09 of its own money. That's awesome. I know very early on, AB thought that it'd be really cute to talk about this money. It hasn't went anywhere. It can't. Hoo-ah. So let's take a look at the meat and the potatoes. Okay. So all right. Here you go. Stop the exploitation and solicitation of crimes against children. Okay. We wish to stop the exploitations of crimes against children on all social media platforms. Our aim is to stop people creating content for the sole purpose of sensationalism and personal profit that exploits young victims of crime. Furthermore, in the chase for justice, these creators are also meddling and polluting the jury pools. There is extensive data that reflects the power of social media plays on due process. It cannot be stressed enough that we understand the importance of circulating the face of missing children to ensure members of the public will recognize them if and when they spot them within the community. We appreciate that this is the exact purpose of Amber Alerts. And we also understand traditional media and social media are integral tools to be used in publicizing Amber Alerts with the goal of locating the missing. However, traditional media and now social media plays an unsavory role in exploiting child victims and inflicting secondary victimization on their family members during what is unequivocally the very worst moment in their lives. Unequivocally. The damage that causes this is far-reaching and lasts many decades after the traumatic event, i.e. the Wells boys, not only for the victims of crimes and their families, but also for the communities who pay for the wide range of public services that go towards investigating and solving the crime, as well as treating the lasting psychological aftermath and even punishing the perpetrator. While some of our concerns were neatly bundled in a Netflix docuseries in 2020 named Trial by Media, and also addressed in another Netflix docuseries in 2021 named The Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, these documentaries only covered the media shenanigans involved with adult victims. Our concerns extend to child victims, their families, and the financial strain placed on these communities that these crimes occur in. In support of Summer Wells, her siblings, her parents, her neighbors, and the Kingsport community, we want to highlight the unnecessary and confounding issues that have been thrust on them by an unruly mob who is profiting from their pain, suffering, and ongoing search expenses, ranging from thousands of false tips that waste time, resources, and funding of law enforcement, to the defamation and slander of family members, to putting the siblings in danger by strangers sneaking around on their property in efforts to generate social media content, i.e. droners, ultimately causing them to be ripped away from their family. On top of the trauma of the child remaining missing, we do not believe that the provision of more information from law enforcement will curb any of this unruly behavior. Our reform missions are, and this is the bulk, the body, the substance, the meat on the bone. And please believe, fat meat is greasy, right? Okay, so our number one reform missions are, number one, to encourage law enforcement to enforce the law. The law means it's on the books. State and federal legislators have given law enforcement the tools to punish offenders of stalking, trespass, cyber crimes, obstruction of justice, and other citations that can contribute to curbing the above mentioned unruly behavior. These methods are employed in other countries with some degree of positive effect. All that is required is for law enforcement to actually enforce them. We're not asking for new bill or new legislation or new penal code. We only ask that you enforce what's already currently on the books voted in. Number two, to establish a code of ethics applicable to the true crime content creators. There are no easily locatable internet resources for content creators to learn about ethical behavior, the laws that govern their behavior, or what is to be expected of them in social media community guidelines as it pertains to primary and secondary victimization. Professional journalists have easily locatable codes of ethics that are well versed with, the presence of which allows the public to call out unethical behavior with some precision. To encourage social Number 3, to encourage social media giants / moguls to include reporting tools for exploitation of children. Currently, reporting tools only address sexual exploitation and bullying of children. They do not address exploitation of victims of other crimes or primary and secondary victimization. Just as we protect religion, race, gender neutrality, we also need to protect victims of crime, since the same social stigmas are in fact attached to and perpetuate the same behaviors. Number 4 is to enlighten the public about social stigmas associated with victimization. That's a lot, I know. That is a lot. It's a whole lot to digest. What is the link to my petition? Hold on one second. I've got someone very important who's watching, and he needs the link to the petition. One moment, please. Please hold up. I have to do this. So, please bear with me. Hey, wouldn't you know? Fun fact, since we've been here, 7 people have signed the petition. 7 people. She's coming home. She's coming home. Care what you say. We're bringing her home. I don't give a damn what you say. We're fucking bringing her home. We've just got names pouring in right now on the we've got names just pouring in on the petition. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. There is the link, Sandman. Sandman. Thank you, Penny. I don't know, man. You know, I had a conversation with Griff through text. And he was like, man, I've been watching your behavior and I get it now. I get it. And that was an aha moment for me, because I was like, you know what? Griff said earlier, and we're going to kind of probably argue about this, how, you know, strong men do at a dinner table. Now I'm paying. You know what? Griff said earlier on his live from this morning that he was the reason that it went sour between us. No, I was. I was the one that's been doing this longer, and so I should have shown a fellow brother the way I behave. But let me tell you what, such a God thing mixed in that, right? Because if I fully believe if Griff and I hadn't went through what we went through, it wouldn't be like it is now. Now, let me tell you, and I'll say it again, and I said it earlier, and I said it last night. When Don and Candus get wound up because of stuff that happens online, Who do you think talks them off the edge? Who do you think talks them off the edge? Me. And it's hard. It is hard. It's really difficult to watch them suffer. Let me tell you what. I text Don today after saying that I was pissed at him. I'm not pissed at you, brother. Could never be pissed at you. Not right now. But I said that, and I knew what I was doing when I said it. And I said, Don, I'm pissed at you because you keep going on here and you keep going on these people's channels, and it's just, it's so hard on my soul. And I said, you got to promise me you won't do it again. And he said, but Benny, I just want to give them hell. And I said, you've got the whole Pacific Ocean looking at us now. That stuff doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore, Don. Miss Terry, my friend Griff says he has no problem with you at all. Trying to team up on Chase. I understand, Griff. Do the good work, brother. I'm about to wrap it up now, and I'll go over and kind of take a look at and see what's going on. But guys, if we knew better, we'd do better, right? It is on us. It is on us good. It's on the good guys and the good gals. It's our responsibility, right? Think about it this way. Who in the military could have a platoon or a platoon of 30, 40 men. If you've got one guy that's just leaving three trails behind him when he walks, he's just dragging the ass, right? Just dragging the posterior, just the Maximus, just dragging the ground. And you know what? It's the rest of the platoon's job to ship him up, or shape him up, ship him out, right? Because the way they do it is when they pass down punishment, a lot of times they'll punish everyone but the person who infracted. So when we've got people in our community that we're rubbing shoulders with, we gotta shape them up or ship them out. We don't have time to do a whole bunch of this shit every single day because, people from overseas are getting their feelings hurt, or, like just not just specifically people from overseas, but there's some people from overseas got their fucking feelings hurt. Don't you be confused about that for a second. I mean, they are just livid, right? And it's all an ego thing. It's all an ego thing. I want 100 people in my chat. I want 200. I want 400. And what I'll do to get that is I will just sharpen that knife and just fillet somebody wide open to the white, to the yellow. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Yeah, Chip can say what she wants. I with the negativity, let me tell you what, Chip. Negativity is the worst thing if you're actually terminally ill. The worst thing you could do is stress yourself. Yes, innocent until otherwise proven guilty. Let's take a looky. We were at 2003. Look at there. It's the algorithms picked up 7, but looky here. Looky. Look at the new names on here. This Cherry. Look at all these new names. You know, we're going to make it happen. She's coming home, guys. And guess what? People that aren't going to like it. But she's coming home. She's coming home. She's coming home. She's coming home. Reed, did you catch that? Thank you for coming over and being a part of this today. I want to make sure that, yeah. Did you catch that? Thank you for coming over. I know that I've said some things that just, it's just my frustration, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. It's just my frustration. Like, it's not an excuse at all, but it's maybe an explanation, right? Thank you so much for coming over and being a part of it. I watch a lot of your content. I watch all your content, and I've shared some. So you guys, if you aren't familiar with Did You Catch That's channel, go check her channel out. She's also been just tearing Ernie a new one, and hoo-ah for that, sweetie. She's also outed an RSO content creator like I did. So thank you so much for coming around. Did you catch that? I really appreciate it, hon. We got to stop all this. We have to come together, and I love you too, Rap View, Beard Rub. We got to, guys. We have to. Please, can we all get it together? Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. You guys, please go subscribe to Crime Talk with Terry. We're trying to get her over 1,000, please.
And go.
So, he's probably not going to like this, but hey, guys, if you've got Chase's number, stalker, call him right now.
Please leave your message.
I'm not. No, sir, Mr. Chase. Yes, sir, I did, sir. Let him finish. Then we got his attention. You're done. Why are you done? Don't be done. Hey, no lies. I'll get you a wrench here in a minute, but I'll get you a wrench in here in a minute. Zena, thank you so much. Rage, go. Lizzy, come on. We No, I think you're right. I think he can't see it. No, he can't see the chat. He can't see any of that. Please, stalker, call him. Text him. Tell him. Get off. No, he's not going to get them to understand. And what's crazy is just, was it today or yesterday? This lady was saying all kinds of great stuff and putting his name in it. And like, please, let's get him off. Yeah, now they don't like him. That okay. Hey, did you? Okay. Yeah, dude, he's some kind of like drug addict dude or whatever. Like he falls asleep on the live all the time, and he like doesn't. Okay. Right. Go you. All right, brother. I just had a lot of people, I had, Griffey and some real good people like, man, get him off of there. Like just in the chat. And I don't know if you could see the chat or whatever, but it's just, but I admire what you did and I know why you did it. So I was telling people stalker call you to get you off because they were like, chase this. And I was, yeah. So I hear you, and I know you won't, and I don't expect you to. And I'm proud of you, bro. All right, brother. Bye bye. Well, there we go. Bottom lobe of my lung removed. What? Small fry. I'm sorry. So sorry to hear that. But that means you're one step closer to healing. He's off. Yeah. Well, we're going to be sending big prayers off to you every single day. Yep. Prayers out for small fries now. Small fries is one of my day ones. He's gone. Okay, cool. Thank you, Griff. All right. It's a pity party. Yeah. So, yeah. Right. Chase says he can't be involved with those stipulations, and now they are just convoluted. Yeah. Chaotically convoluted. Thank you so much, Chaos Queen. We've got an awesome group let me tell you what, the only gentlemen that are around here are awesome guys. We've got Chase, and we've got One Shot Scott, and we've got the real Griffey, and there's just some real strong men around me, and I am, man, I'm grateful for that, right? I'm grateful. So she was still asking him for his PayPal when he left. Yeah, no, Chase is not going to bite. He's not. Like, Chase is a good man. We got the real man over here. We got real stand-up, strong alpha guys that, like, could just, not the weaker vessel, right? Oh, boy, the weaker vessel. I had a talk with the Sandman last night. None of you know who the Sandman is. But he's one that watches the watchers on top of all of this. You'll probably never know who he is. Anyhow, the Sandman, he said, do you know about the clay vessel? Does anyone know about the story of the clay vessel in the Bible? We're not going to get into it tonight. But the clay vessel, God smashed all the boogers so they could be made back better. Don't you know the devil always picks the strongest, the funniest, the best looking to do his bidding? Don't you know how confident and how great my God, our God is? He always picks the weakest vessel. He always picks the weakest vessel. Is God a bully? God is like a great father that knows that he could put one of his children through a test. And they're going to make it. They're going to make something out of that shattered vessel. Much love, Miss G. Thank you, Nita's World. Lovely to have you here tonight, ma'am. I will take this moment to apologize for anything that I've said cross to you, ma'am. My only explanation, ma'am, is just my frustration. I know you have your frustration, and a lot of times I don't handle my frustration politely. And I'm working on Grace. I am, but she's coming home. We got to put this all together. We got to be able to put as many people together as they did, and it not be about no money. It be about her coming home. Say her name. It was nice and it worked. The new hashtag is she is coming home. Tired, guys. Not just tonight. I mean, I had a week off where I didn't deal with anything, and I didn't, I researched a little on some things, and I really just forged and sharpened. I forged good relationships, and I sharpened the iron on other powerful people, and they sharpened their iron on me. And now we're all better for it. We're better for the wear. We're not worse for the wear. We're better. Right? Because you can take an instrument straight out of the box and it won't cut butter. In order to make that thing a fine, highly sharpened precision instrument, you have to deface it. You have to put it through a war and grind on it and push on it and heat it up and cool it down and beat on it. You got to do a lot of things to make it a precision instrument. We are the swords in our own life. We are the swords. Is your sword in the corner of the game room with a hat on it and it's got dust and cobwebs all over it? Or are you honing it to cut silk? You have a choice. Yeah. Robin Hood, he's a hero. He's a monster. Right? Dirty Harry, he's a hero. He's a monster. Right? The awesome Special Forces man that humanely euthanized Osama bin Laden. He was a monster. He's a hero. Right? The men and the women that go overseas and are forced to do unspeakable things in order to come home victorious and heroes, they're monsters. I beg all of you tonight to exercise your monster. What does that mean, Benny? Give us some hints on how we can hone and train our monster. It's easy. Do you want to know what you've got to do to be a monster in someone's life? I'll tell you. We all have people in our lives that are no good for us. They're not for us. If you're not for us, you're against us, right? So we've all got people in our lives that are not for us. And we still enable and we still let them consume and rent space in our heads. And the very thing that makes you the best monster with no violence is being able to say no. You can give someone something or everything they want their whole lives, and they'll never appreciate any of it. Hence rich kids, right? They get brand new Porsches and then wipe them out a week later, right? Because nothing means nothing when you don't earn it. right? So you'll take care of it if it's a jalopy and you saved up for a paint job and you saved up to get the dents removed and right? It means something. So when you have the ability to tell someone no, what you've done is you've just changed the course of history and the future, because they will never remember all the good things you did for them, but they'll always remember the fucking dead no, and you'll be a monster. And once you do that, it's going to feel good, I promise. It's going to be empowering. It's going to be satisfying. It's going to be fulfilling, and it's going to become a tool that you put in your toolbox. Step back. Toolboxes are for when the pipe busts, right? Because pressure busts pipes. You're going to keep this monstrous tool right on your tool belt so that you have the ability to pull that thing out whenever and any moment you need to. You can pull that out and be the monster. Don't hide your monster. Be able to say no, because when you are able to say no, it makes the yeses just that more sweet, right? I love all of you guys. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. If you have not signed the petition, I ask that you do. I am going to put the petition, the link to the petition, in the description of this video. For now, I'm going to plug it in right here. I love all of you guys individually. Griff, thanks for coming around. Did you catch that? Thanks for coming around. Nita's World, thanks for coming around. KCK, thanks for being here. Miss G, Innocent Until Proven Guilty. Chaos Queen, Crystal Light, Angie Lee, Zena the Great, Lean on Me, Allison Conley, Lizzy B. Savage, Pendar, my beautiful KK, Silent Injustice, Trinity, Linda, Jordine, Everlaw, Amanda, Kathy 117, TZB, Small Fries, keep her in your prayers, Little Fawn. It's just so many of you guys. I love all of you. Honest Rage, Nikki Two Poles, Amanda, the Ultimate Chris. You guys are awesome, man. You know, we K Spin, Amy, Amethyst the Rose, Be Happy, Xena Great, Smudges Love again, Yo Bubs, Nita's World. Like, thank you all for coming out. I'm so very humbled to have you all here. I'm so very happy that that it's come together like it has, right? Beautiful things are in the works, and I'll tell you now, I will tell you now, she's coming home. She's coming home. Guys, if we all are in accordance, in an agreement now about what is exploitation, creators, subscribers, we got a Cash App game. Trisha, thank you so much, sweetie. Trisha with the Cash App game. Thank you for your donation, love. Thank you so much. Right? You guys seen the African-American guy where they show people doing stuff and it's really, really difficult. And then he does it really easy. And at the end he goes, that's all I got. Griff's video was really cool. Yeah, his video this morning, I had to share it. I was like, man, hell yeah. Right? Hell to the yes, brother. I'm smelling what you're selling. Griff's getting everyone in a tip. I love Griff, and I hate that we wasted as much time. I hate that I was a part of something that created a riff where Griff and I we didn't see in accordance. But man, Griff's awesome. Griff's the fucking guy that you want behind you, right? I love all you guys. Go over there with Big Griff. Raise some hell. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.